What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's Mighty Fan time, and this is the video that you all have been waiting for. Go on, admit it. It's true. You all have been waiting very patiently for Mighty Fan's NFL predictions video for 2013-2014. I know you guys have been waiting on this. Like you do wait for my Super Bowl sale pickup video and my Black Friday sale pickup for Mitchell and Ness. I know. This is like a staple in the Mighty Fan archives. So this year is no different than the last couple when I've made my bold NFL predictions for the upcoming season. I got my, look at this, it's official. I got it on my sticky note, so I'm, it's official. So I have my predictions down, and without further ado, let's get right to it. So we're going to go from the AFC to the NFC because my home conference is the NFC, of course, with my beloved Eagles. And let's get right to it. So, Mighty Fans NFL predicts on the eve of the NFL season, right? The eve before the NFL season begins. 2013-2014 Broncos, Ravens. Tomorrow night should be a great game. Looking forward to that. But before that, let's get to these picks. We're going to start, like I said, in the AFC. We're going to go east to west and west to east. I'm going to have the division winners. I'm going to have the wild card picks. And I'm also going to have the Super Bowl, who's going to represent Super Bowl 48. I believe we're at 48 now. This season, it comes to the Northeast. How you doing? To the new Meadowlands Stadium there, MetLife Stadium, home of the Giants and Jets. And maybe it'll be snowing that night. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? A snowball. But anyhow, let's get right to it. Here are the picks. Mighty Fans 2013-2014 bold predictions. And you don't get this on NFL Network. You get it right here on YouTube. So let's get right to it. AFC East, the easiest division to pick, right? Some teams that are still in rebuild mode, like the Jets and the Bills and the Dolphins. And then there's Belichick and Brady. So I got to go with the Patriots there. AFC South. Very interesting division. Last 2 years, the Houston Texans won the division. But last year you had the great story that was the Indianapolis Colts with rookie sensation Andrew Luck and Chuck Pagano, Chuck Strong there. And, that great story that they were such an inspiration around the league a year ago. Going from 2 wins to making the playoffs and, having all that success in a rookie quarterback's first year, the year of the rookie quarterback last year. And a great story. And then, of course, you got the Jaguars and you got the Titans. So my pick, and it was a tough pick because I'm a big fan of Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is one of my circle players. I have a circle of players that I'm a fan of outside of the Philadelphia teams. That is, and I get a lot of heat for it at work, like every day. Oh, you have this guy in the circle, that guy in the circle. Oh, you just like him because ESPN tells you to like him. No, I like them because I know they're good. I watch with my own eyes. But Andrew Luck is in the circle, so it was a hard choice for me to make, but I'm going to go experience. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans, with all due respect to the Colts there. But I got to go with the Texans to win the division yet again in the AFC South division. The AFC North, hey, the black and blue division, right? You got the defending Super Bowl champ Baltimore Ravens. You got the Steelers. You got the Bengals, and you got the Browns. The Bengals, of course, made the playoffs the last 2 years, losing in Houston in the wild card game the last 2 years. The Ravens, of course, like I said, defending Super Bowl champs. They play tomorrow night to start the season. And you got the Steelers and the Browns. Browns, they're building on something. Very young team, a lot of young talent there. But my pick, and this is a very difficult pick, this is basically one of those coin flip picks. You can flip a coin 10 times and probably come up with one of these two teams 5 times each. And my pick is going to be the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last year was a disappointing year for them. They're angry now. So I picked the Steelers to win the division. Very close race. Probably come down to the last few weeks as it usually does in that division. But I picked the Steelers to win the AFC North. In the AFC West, hey, a lot of people say this is a slam dunk decision, but let me tell you something. You got Peyton Manning's Denver Broncos. You got Andy Reid. Of course, we know him around here for the past, 14 years or so. And you know the Chiefs, and you got the Chargers, and of course, the Raiders. Shout outs to all the Raider Nation members in our Jersey head community here. But I give the nod to the Broncos, but let me tell you something. Look back at the scores from last year with Kansas City. I know they only won like 2 games, but they were in a lot of games. They're a better team than I think people give them credit for. They have a pretty underrated defense there, and they have a lot of weapons on offense. I give them a chance this year. Though I hope that Andy Reid does not win a Super Bowl in Kansas City ever, because that would suck. They only had like 14 cracks in it here, you know? But during his years here. But I think they're a better team than people give them credit for. I think they are going to be a better team than a lot of people think. But I do think it's hard to pick against Peyton and the Broncos. So I'm going with Peyton and the Broncos. I'm going with the safe pick there. But don't be surprised if the Chiefs win some more games this year than people think they will. The wild card teams. I know I gave a lot of talk to the Chiefs, but they're not one of them. They're not quite ready yet. I'm going to go with, as my representative of the wild cards from the AFC, I go with Baltimore, the defending Super Bowl champs. I got to get them back in the playoffs. And circle Andrew Luck and the Colts get back in. I had to, Hey, it's MightyFan's picks, But anyhow, go to the NFC. And the NFC, that's my home conference, right? It's the Eagles conference. So we're going to the NFC West. Very good division. 2 great teams. 2 of the best teams in the NFC last year came from the NFC West. You got the Seahawks and you got the 49ers. And you got the Rams and Cardinals too. But they're still building. Very difficult decision. Another one of those coin flip decisions, right? Could go either way. It's going to come down to the last few weeks of the season. And in the last few weeks of the season, the 12th man is going to stand up, and the Seahawks are going to win the division. Another one of my circle guys are on that team. Russell Wilson, that's right. The former Badger. My dad went to Wisconsin. So I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. And, I was rooting for him last year, and he had a great year. And, hoping he does great again this year. But, I'm giving the nod to the Seahawks. Tough pick, because the 49ers are a great team. They went to the Super Bowl last year, lost after the lights came back on in New Orleans. They lost to the Ravens. But I'm going to give the nod to the Seahawks to win the division in the NFC West. The NFC North. Another black and blue division. You got the Packers, the Bears. You got A-Rock's Vikings and Big Baby's Lions. Let me tell you something. I got a little surprise for you in the division this year. Who's going to win that division? Maybe not a surprise for some, but for me, the division winner is going to be Big Baby's Detroit Lions. I think they bounced back from a disappointing season last year to win the division this year. The NFC South. Another very good division, tight division, probably going to come down to the last few weeks. You have the Falcons, who won it last year. You have the Saints, of course, not too far removed from that Super Bowl championship. You got the Panthers and Cam Newton, and you got the we're only going to wear the creamsicles once or twice a year, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, who's going to win the division? Well, I got 2 guys on my fantasy team from this particular team, and let me tell you, they got one of the best offenses in the league. And if it's going to come down to the last few weeks, and that offense is still doing their thing, I got to give the nod to the Atlanta Falcons, the new Dirty Birds. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are on my team, so I got to pick the Falcons to win the division, right? And, of course, Roddy White and the ageless Tony Gonzalez, and they also went out in the offseason and brought in Steven Jackson from the St. Louis Rams, who's had a terrific career in St. Louis on some losing teams. Now gets a chance to go to a contender. So it should be a very dynamic offense in Atlanta once again this year. And their defense is pretty good too, oh, by the way. And I do think that the Falcons will score their way to a division title in the NFC South. And the NFC East, my division, the Eagles division. First year with Chip Kelly at the helm as Eagles head coach. First NFL stint as head coach. He was a very innovative coach in college. I believe that will continue in the NFL. I really look forward to seeing what he does this season. Offensively, I think they have a lot of weapons. Though they will miss Jeremy Maclin. It's a shame, he's out for the year because he was in a contract year. He was probably going to have a big year. He's going to be out, but that means other guys have to step up. And I do think they have enough weapons that can do so. My concern is going to be defense. It's because, they still have some holes there, and there's a lot of unproven players playing in big positions like safety, linebacker. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least, to see how the defense does. Offense, though, I think they'll be okay. Then you got the Redskins, the Giants, and that team in Dallas. So, you like that? So my pick to win the NFC East, as much as, I'd love to pick my Eagles, but just because there's so much unknown going into this season with Chip Kelly, I got to tip the hat to the Washington Redskins. They won it last year. They got RG3. Their defense is, they got some weapons there. They got weapons on offense. I think that they weren't a fluke last year. I think they're definitely a good team. And I think they will take the division yet again this year. Sorry, Murph. He's a Giants fan, I know. But, so the wild card teams, this is Mighty Fans prediction. So the wild card teams, no brainer, San Francisco makes it as one of the wild card. They just miss out on the division there to Seattle. And then the second wild card, hey, I got to get them in, right? I got to get them in. So I'm going to put Chip Kelly's Eagles into the postseason as the second wild card. Maybe 8-8, 9-7, something like that. Maybe that gets them in. Maybe they win a game against one of the other wild card, teams and get the tiebreaker to get in there somewhere down the road. I think the Eagles, get in as a wild card. I got to. Yeah, that pick came from the heart. So, but got to get them in, don't I? At least I got to get them in. Okay, so now you got the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. So who's going to be in the Super Bowl? Who's going to be in the big game? Super Bowl 48 in MetLife Stadium. Who is going to be representing the AFC and the NFC, and who's going to walk away with the Vincent Lombardi Trophy? This is the moment you've all been waiting for. I don't have a drum, so I can't do a drum roll. But my two teams that are going to meet up in Super Bowl 48 in the snow are going to be representing the AFC, the Denver Broncos, and representing the NFC, Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson. He gets them in. With the home field advantage, the Seahawks are very difficult to beat at home, particularly in the playoffs. You can ask the Saints about that some years ago. I think Marshawn Lynch is still running. So, so I'm going to say that the Seahawks will have the home field. They will win at home, and they will get to the Super Bowl to play the Broncos. And who's going to win the Super Bowl in the snow? Well, the team that's going to win the Super Bowl in the snow and win their first ever Super Bowl, representing the 12th man, Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, will win Super Bowl 48 in the Meadowlands. So it should be a very interesting season. My pick, and another reason why I'm picking this Super Bowl, by the way. Hey, I would as much as I would love to put my Eagles in there, they're still probably a few years away. I gotta be a realist about it, and maybe by me not putting them in there means they'll go, right? A little reverse psychology, but I gotta go with the Seahawks Broncos because I do have a friend at work who's a diehard Peyton Manning fan. He loves Peyton Manning, so and of course I'm a Russell Wilson fan, so. If I can't have my Eagles in the Super Bowl, I want to have the Manning versus Wilson, and I want the bragging rights. So I want Russell Wilson to come through for me this year and go to the Super Bowl and beat Peyton in the process. That would be sweet. But anyhow, that's Mighty Fans picks. That's how I see it developing this year. This is just my opinion, and I do this just because I want to. So anyhow, until my next video, this is Mighty Fan saying peace. Big shout outs to everyone, all my subscribers, all my fellow Jersey heads out there, family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members, anyone I'm forgetting. And by the way, a special shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates. First winning season since 1992. They clinched that last night. And if my Phillies aren't going to have a good season, hopefully we'll still have some playoffs in Pennsylvania and in the MLB playoffs coming up about a month from now. So anyhow, congrats to the Buccos for that. Go Buccos the rest of the way. This is Mighty Fan once again saying peace. Good luck to all your teams this year in the NFL. Have a great NFL season, everyone. And I will finish with this because I have to, because it is almost that time, right? It's almost the start of NFL season. So my first Eagle chant of the season, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. All right, everyone. Happy NFL season. I'll see you in the next video.